Forrest, can you get out of the way, please? No, Forrest? Forrest? Thank you, my girl. Hello, my kumkumikis. So today, I thought it would be a fun experiment to tackle one of the most difficult questions in the history of humanity. That question being, which is the best Beyonce album? And I know it's going to be very difficult answering this question because there's so many different ways of looking at this, right? So you can say it depends on this person's age. You can say it can depend on the time of day, your mood, the time of year, the weather. So many things can influence what your perceived best Beyonce album can be from time to time. So I have spent some time and came up with a very scientific way of helping us tackle this problem. Today we're making a tier list and I'll be ranking Beyonce albums. So there, like I mentioned, that this is a very scientific process. It's a very scientific procedure that we're going to be proceeding with today. And a few ground rules. So first one, I will be looking at full Beyonce studio albums. So unfortunately, albums like The Gift, as much as there's a few bangers on there, we will not be looking or considering The Gift. Secondly, this won't be an album to album tier list, i.e. I will not be ranking each track per album according to the tier list. I will be ranking tracks, from specific albums, but with the entire discography considered. So when I place my first rank, I will be trying my best to think of the entire discography of every album that comes after that, even though we're going to be tackling this in one album chunks. So I hope that makes sense. And there's a few things that I'll be considering when I do approach the tier list. Things like, if the song comes on my playlist, do I like it? Do I listen to it? Do I skip it? Those type of things come into play. There's certain songs, as much as I love most Beyonce songs, I feel like some songs aren't necessary in her discography. Just to make that make sense, like I don't think that anything with how the Beyonce's discography is perceived will change fundamentally if this song did or did not existed. So there's songs like that. There are my personal absolute classics, but I do know that maybe some people might not like a specific song in the same way that I do, and vice versa. So I'll be applying some of my own personal opinion, and it's going to be mostly my own personal opinion, but I will consider here and there, where appropriate, what I feel the general consensus is around specific songs. So those are the loose ground rules. Let's look at the tier list. I don't know how to do this thing, people. I just went to youtubetierlist.com and now I'm here. And I did not want all these tiers. I ideally just wanted to go up to D, but we've got this F tier here as well. So what I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the F tier, and we're going to keep this specifically for any tracks that we don't want to include. So as an example, we can look at any interlude, that we don't want to have considered. We can look at any weird songs. As an example, I don't like Daddy from Dangerously in Love. I don't like that song. It's a weird song, and especially with the history of, let's not go into that. Let's not go into the family history and the family drama. But personally, that is a song that I just don't go to. So, you know what? Actually, no. I'm going to keep the F tier just for any interludes. And I know that there will be some issues popping up as we move through the discography, through Beyonce's discography, because there are some shorter songs that actually, technically could be an interlude, but it's one of my favorite musical moments from Beyonce's career. So we'll deal with those on a case-to-case basis when we get there. But I think for now, let's get going. Okay, so you'll see that I have preloaded every single Beyonce album track over here. I will only be tackling it album by album. So we're going to be starting with Dangerously in Love. And oops, what just happened? Yay, it didn't break. I think, like I mentioned, the best way to approach this is to do it album by album. And like I mentioned, I will also be ranking a song from an album, but with the entire discography in mind. So let's use Dangerously in Love as a good starting point. I think it will be a good calibration tool for us to then also see what do we qualify as an S tier song, what do we qualify as a D tier song. And maybe I should just go through those tier lists before we start. S, undisputed, no discussion. It's a classic. For me, for the general population, or it should be for the general population. But for me, it's like these are the songs that when I'm trying to convince another person, a non-believer, to convert to the Holy Church of Beyonce, these are the tracks that I use for those purposes. A tier, I would say these are also bona fide hits. Great song, great production, great vocal, great lyric. It's a great song. Maybe a few points deducted, and that's the reason why I didn't reach the S tier. But these are still brilliant songs. So whether you're an S or A tier, both are really good positions to land. B tier, I would say, would be those general population hits. So maybe not any of my personal favorites, but I know a lot of people like it. A lot of people listen to it. It gets a lot of plays, all those type of things. So maybe not the best song as far as musicality, but definitely a hit. C tier, it's like she cute, she fine, she's okay, but maybe this is songs that's not as timeless. It was great for the moment, but as time has moved on, it's kind of lost some of its shimmer. So yeah, I think that we'll keep the C tier for that. And D tier would be for any tracks where I feel like we don't even need this in the discography. So yeah. So let's get started. First track, wait, let me put on the labels here so that we can see what we're doing. So first track, Crazy in Love. I immediately want to go S tier. Many people consider this Beyonce's signature song. It's appeared on many lists as greatest songs of all time, greatest pop songs of all time. So there's definitely a case to be made for it to be an S tier song. But is it an S tier song for me? I mean, there are times when it does come on, and I'll be honest, I press skip. I think it's because it's been with us for such a long time. It's been overplayed, not only when the song came out, but even nowadays, it's still one of the songs that gets the most amount of streams. And, like the overexposure component coming into play. So for me, it's also lost a little bit of its illustre. Illustre, is that a word? Oh, so anyways. So maybe let's move it to A tier. I think A tier is an appropriate spot to have Crazy in Love at. Which then shows if you are going to be an S tier, you need to be above a Crazy in Love type of quality. Next song is Naughty Girl. I think for Naughty Girl, this is also one of the songs, maybe it was great for the era. It's not as timeless, but listen, when the song came out, it was one of my favorite tracks. I'll put it at B. I think when you ask general population what their favorite Beyonce song is, I'm sure Naughty Girl will come up. If you ask someone within the hive, they probably won't say Naughty Girl, but Naughty Girl is the girl that she says that she is. So let's put her over there. So now we can see B and up, still considered good. These fall more into personal favorites, while when we come into the B tier, general population, general consensus. Baby Boy, let's see, where would we put Baby Boy? I would put Baby Boy in the same tier as Naughty Girl. I would maybe just bump it up a bit. if I can. There we go. But I think that's a good placement. I'm going to be discussing some of these songs, but some of them I'm not going to be discussing because it's 145 tracks and 6-7 hours of music. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time on each one. Where I feel like I need to say something or validate something, I will do that. But for the most part, I will just be plunking this in because we need to get through this. Okay, the next song is Hip Hop Star. So here it becomes interesting. Hip Hop Star, general population most likely don't know this. So I want to put this over here. For me, I do like the song, so I want to bump it up. It's one of those my guilty pleasures. I actually really do like Hip Hop Star. True player. I do like the song. But I can't, in good faith, say that it's on the same tier as Baby Boy and Naughty Girl. Some people might have put it in a D tier, but I think because I personally like it, I'm gonna put it in C tier. I think. Would Beyonce's discography break if Hip Hop Star never existed? No. So what does that mean? Damn. I think let's put it in D tier. Shit. I really love Hip Hop Star, but need to try my best to be impartial here. Be With You, definitely B tier. Right up there. People be liking this. It's one of my favorite songs. I feel like one of the best R&B tracks in Beyonce's discography. Where would I put it though? I'll leave it over there. I think that's good enough. Me, Myself, and I. Okay, now this is, I would say, up there with Crazy Enough. I feel it's a signature. It's a great example of a Beyonce song. It's a great example of an R&B song. I love hearing it. I love it when Beyonce performs it live. Definitely an A tier. Yes. Say yes to your mama and yes to you dating me. Yes, we can be together. I don't know. D tier. Yeah, D tier. Signs. I want to put it up in B tier. Signs is one of my girls. Like that's one of the songs, the signature Beyonce songs for me personally. That song I actually do play a lot. That song actually does appear in a lot of my Beyonce playlists. So I want to put it up in B tier. I'm gonna bump it up from where it is. Hey, maybe even. Sorry, Nardigo. What's happening here? Yeah. Actually, you know what? I really like Be With You. Yeah. Yeah. I like that. Speechless. Speechless is interesting because I feel like there's certain songs in Beyonce's discography where you can almost see a through line. It's where, this is the origin story of a song, and every other era, you will hear elements of that song, whether it's subject matter thematics, is that what you call it? But the running theme, musical components, instruments, tools being used. And I feel like Speechless is one of them. Like, one can easily say that Speechless was the precursor to That's Why You're Beautiful on Sasha Fierce, or an I Care on 4, or 16 Carriages on Carbe Carter. There's some elements in the song where it's like, oh, I can see like each time with each second album era or album cycle, we can see the next evolution of a song. I just want to check my lighting here. Yeah, I have to move the light. Oh, this light is so bright. But hopefully y'all can see me and I don't go blind. So Speechless, I would say, I think it's C. Yeah, it's not quite B. But it's definitely not D. That's my first C. That's how I like it, how you like it. D tier. I don't really listen to it. But see, now I need to have a differentiator. Maybe this is F tier. Yeah, let's see how this progresses. The closer I get to you, it's a great song. I'm gonna put it up here next to Be With You. I think it's right up there. Dangerously in Love. Here's the thing. I almost never listen to Dangerously in Love, the album version, but I absolutely love the live version. There's not a live version of the song that I dislike. So I never ever listen to the live version or the album version because, it's early in Beyonce's career and I love how her vocal has grown over time. And I feel like if she had recorded the song today, it would be massive. But I'm gonna be real. I'm basing this on the album track. I'm not basing this on any performances or anything like that. So based on only that, I would literally put it C tier. Obviously, it changes as soon as we get to stage, but just understand that's why I'm putting it over there. We've got an interlude. Like we said, all interludes automatically go into F tier. Gift from Virgo. Kind of like it, but no one needed that. Daddy. Okay, so there we have it. That is our tier list for Dangerously in Love. So in A tier, we've got Crazy in Love and Me, Myself and I. In B tier, we've got Be With You, The Closer I Get to You, Baby Boy, Naughty Girl, and Signs. In C tier, we've got Speechless and Dangerously in Love. In D tier, we've got Hip Hop Star, Yes, and Gift from Virgo. In the F tier, we've got That's How You Like It, the Beyonce interlude. I believe that harmonies are colors. Each time I paint it, sharpens my brush. Like, what does it sharpen again? My melody. And then Daddy, yeah. So that is where we are today. We're gonna leave it off there. And when we return, we won't start a fresh tier list. We will just work in B-Day into this tier list, and we can start to see where the different albums rank based on the actual tracks on the albums. So that's where we are at. I hope all of this made sense. I know there were some lighting changes that happened as well, and I need to figure that shit out. Sun is setting, I'm using natural light and only one light over here. I tried to get this ambiance thing happening in the back, but yeah, I'm still figuring all of that shit out. Oops, said a bad word. Who cares? But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and I will definitely be seeing you guys in the next video where we will be incorporating B-Day into our ultimate Beyonce tier list. Bye.